right. We are live. And I'm just pulling up the feed here. Make sure everything's working. Make sure we have audio. I do. And we're going to give it a few minutes. I'm not going to do anything just yet. Going to give it some time for people to get into the stream. Yeah, just going to give it some time. So I'm going to hang out here for a minute. Those of you watching on YouTube, welcome to episode 1 of my Draft Day Sports College Football 2023 Let's Play. It's going to be with the Illinois Fighting Illini. You can see the University of Illinois down there. I haven't even loaded the save file yet, so waiting for some people to hop into the stream, and we will get started here in a minute. And we're going to do everything right from the start, literally from the main page, starting the stream up, or starting the save file up. And I guess I suppose I should turn my camera on, I guess. Not that you guys need to see my mug, but whatever. Ugh. All right. So yeah, those of you on YouTube, welcome. We'll get started here in just a minute as we just wait for a few people to trickle in. I'd like to see if we can get some people in here to kind of get this thing started with us, but if we can't, we can't, and I'll just go either way. This is my first go-round with the Draft Day Sports college basketball game. I'm a big Wolverine Studios guy. Love their pro basketball, love their college basketball, and I think their pro football game is getting there. I think it's one of the better football sim games that's out there, which, you know, that's not saying a ton because there aren't a ton of games out there that are great, but I think it's making some strides, and I think it's I'm looking forward to kind of future versions of that one. And this will be my first kind of go through or run through with the college football game. So we will give it a minute here. I want to give it to 6, so we'll give it a few minutes. So if you're just hopping in, welcome. You haven't missed anything yet. I haven't even started the save file yet for the league. So we'll do that here in a moment. In fact, we can probably fire that up now. So we are literally going to be starting from scratch, new league. We're going to go in career mode, but I'm going to keep can be fired off because I likely will be fired at some point. League name, this will be GM Games, Illinois, I suppose. And if you haven't already if you have this game, make sure you go to the Wolverine Studios message boards and download the real world mods. You can download coaches files if you want to. I think we're gonna if you can go here and you can click on, where is it? I don't remember where it is. It is, you guys can't see any of this stuff, so let me see if I can find it. I can't even remember where it is. It's in here somewhere. I'm not going to spend a ton of time digging, but there's a file in there where you can download the names and personalities and whatnot of all of the coaches, but I don't want to do that. All I want to download are the team names and the logos and whatnot. And as long as you leave everything like this, Modern College 1 and CPU generated rosters, it will do that for you. So we are going to submit. And I've messed around a little bit with this. I have a Let's Play going on my own channel. Played for about an hour last week. So I'm learning my way through the different. You'll share some links. That'd be fantastic, Chris. Especially ones to like the mods and that sort of thing. I'm sort of learning my way through the game. It's just going to take me a while, and since I'm not very bright, it's entirely possible that there are going to be those of you watching this who know more about the game than I do. So you'll have to, by all means, correct me either in chat here tonight or in the comments below after you watch this thing. My guess is it'll probably be posted sometime tomorrow, knowing Chris, or it's hard to explain because Chris lives in Australia and I live in Chicago. So it'll post for him today, but for us it'll be tomorrow, I think. I don't remember. I don't know how it works. All I know is that it's tomorrow there for him. So you can see now it has all of the team names along with all of their helmets. I'm assuming this number is their prestige rating, which kind of tells you where they land in terms of the top teams in the yeah, that's their prestige rating. I'm guessing the closer to 100 it is, the better. So you got Alabama at 93. Boston College is the team I'm going with on my channel. Yeah, Canadian surviving in Australia. Yeah, what's that like? You got to be dealing with the heat down there, right? It's getting to be springtime down in Australia right now, right? Is that how it works? The seasons are backwards, right? So we're gonna go with Illinois. All right. So yeah, the mod link. Yeah, if you want to download the logos, the team names, go to that link right there. It's really, really easy. You literally just click the link, you unzip the file to your desktop, you dump the file into your game folder, and here you go. So what I want to do, and this is what I did with my Boston College save, is I want to randomize these numbers here. I don't want to just take the numbers that are there, but I also don't want to cheat and give myself, uber high ratings and everything. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, and you guys are going to watch me do this, I'm going to, on my phone, I'm going to random. So there are 11 training ratings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a number randomizer, random 1 through 10. And I am going to random 11 numbers with the only caveat that I can't have a 1 or a 10 in any category. So I'm going to random 11 numbers. And I'm going to keep rolling until I don't... Okay, there we go. You can see there are my numbers. Let's see. I don't know how I can do this. I have to look on my other computer here. Josh, how you doing, my friend? You're not a big football guy? I don't know if you guys can see the numbers. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, I've got 11 numbers randomed there. So what we're going to do is we are going to dump these numbers into the training ratings, and then we're going to do the same thing with scout, strategy, and personality. Josh, how are you tonight, my friend? Thanks for jumping in and hanging out and supporting the channel and giving me somebody to talk to here for a little bit. How's your weekend going? All right, so we got a 9. So I want to put the 9 in development. I think that's probably the single most important rating that I have. So from there, we have an 8. And I think I want to put an 8 in youngsters, I'm guessing, because technically these guys are all young. So put an 8 there. So then we got a 7. And I want to put a 7 in skill positions. Hounds of Howl, thank you for the follow, friend. Appreciate that. So now I have 3 6s that I can drop in here somewhere. So 3 6s. So we're going to put a 6 into quarterbacks. We're going to put a 6 into linebackers. I love good linebackers. And we're going to put a 6 into the O-line. So we want to protect those young quarterbacks. So then we have 3 4s. Hounds of Howl with the subscription. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Coming in strong. Hounds of Howl. Thank you, my friend. So we got 3 4s that we now need to put in. So I think we put a 4 into detail. We put a 4 into defensive backs. And we put a 4 into defensive line. Then we have 2 3s. So those 3s will go into physical and special teams. So those are our training ratings. Sunday night stuff, having a beer and looking over some work stuff. Yeah, man, I feel that. I did my my weekend work yesterday. I knew today was going to be a busy day for me, so I woke up yesterday morning and just sat down at my computer and cranked out a few hours worth of work, knowing this next week and a half is going to be absolutely crazy for me. I've got oh God, like 8-9 baseball games in the next 2 weeks to do. I'm doing games Thursday up in Milwaukee, and then I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday baseball games to do. I have Tuesday off. First playoff game is Wednesday. I have Thursday off. Then we have playoff games Friday and Saturday. So over the next 2 weeks, I've got like 9 games. So it's just going to be a really, really crazy week and a half. So trying to get as much stuff done when I'm not working as I can, so that when I'm working, I can take the time off to go do baseball games. So, all right. So from now, we're going to go to scouting. No, we're going to do the personality ratings. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got a random 7 numbers, 1 through 10. Just looking for one. There we go. They got another one there that doesn't have a 1 or a 10. So we've got a 9, which we can put in. What do we want to put the 9 in? Let's put the 9 in motivating. Put a 9 in motivating, and then we got an 8, which we can put in charisma. Maybe that'll help us with recruiting. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Then we got a 7. We will put that in leadership. Then we have a 6, which we can put in discipline. No, I'm going to put it in intelligence. And we have a 5, which I can put in discipline. And we have a 3 and a 2. So the 3 will be flexibility and the loyalty will be a 2. All right, now we got to do the same thing with scouting ratings. There are 4. No, not 47. Oh, come on. This thing is making me nuts. There we go. 4. Roll. All right. 9, 8, 3, and 2. So we got 2 really good ones and 2 really bad ones. So I think I want to put a 9 into recruiting because I need all the help I can get with recruiting. We'll put an 8 into scouting, and then a 3 into into 3 into potential, 2 into ability. So we're gonna scout and we're gonna recruit, and we're likely to be wrong. So it's fine. And then the last one is strategy ratings. All right, I got a 7, a 9, and a 2. So we're going to be 7 offense, 9 defense, and 2 preparation. All right, so there is our personality. I've already decided who I'm going with. As a New England Patriots fan, I'm going to go with former Fighting Illini quarterback Tony Eason. Random task, boo, play OOTP. Wow, your first comment of the night is telling the streamer what to play, huh? Man, you got some nerve. No, I'm kidding. We're actually going to play Out of the Park later tonight. I didn't want to compete with the Out of the Park guys, so I'm going to let them do their thing. I'm going to play this for a while. When they're done, and when they are done streaming over on that end, I will then hop over to Out of the Park Baseball here. Yeah, backseat streaming, exactly. Nah, it's all right. Yeah, we're gonna do this first, and then I will switch over to Out of the Park Baseball a little bit later. I have it up on my computer. It's just not up to be played yet. So, figured this was better than competing with the OOTP guys. So it's kind of the plan. Style. I'm gonna be an aggressive coach. Relaxed, stern, silent, professional. I'm going to be enthusiastic. I'm going to be let's be a recruiter. And then Tony Easton was obviously a player. A good call. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, what ends up happening is because of the drops, once the Out of the Park guys stop streaming, people tend to filter in here. So, once they're done over there and I get to a good stopping point here, I'll load that up. Hounds of Howell, you just bought CF23. Can't wait to dig in. It's been a few years since you've gotten one. Yeah, this is my first go-round with the college football game. I've bought the pro game a couple of times. I think both games are light years ahead of where most other football and college football sims are. Like, there are some other ones, like Pro Football Strategy is a pretty solid game, but For me, nothing beats the Wolverine games, and their football game is only going to get better. It's only going to get better the more they develop it. So looking forward to it. Have I posted any additional Angels? No, NS, I haven't. Yeah, I'm up to episode 4. We're going to do another one here tonight, probably, I don't know, what time is it, 6 o'clock? Hopefully sometime in the next 90 minutes or so. I just wanted to kind of get this thing started and off the ground while the Out of the Park guys were doing their thing. So we will get there eventually, but right now, yeah, you haven't missed anything. You haven't missed anything at all. So, all right, offensive scheme. I'm going to go with the spread. Focus on running back. Focus on the pass. Let's go more balanced. Running back roll, running, fullback roll, catching, tight end roll, mixed. I would rather have a mobile quarterback. Yeah, he's been around, Chris. He's been around forever. He's always in my Out of the Park streams, always keeping me company. I love it. Their basketball games are definitely your favorite, but football is your favorite sport. Yeah, I agree completely. Their pro basketball game, I think, is their most developed game, and it's by far the best pro basketball sim game out there. And for a guy like me who just doesn't have the hand-eye coordination anymore, it's perfect. So. I agree 110%. We'll go balance there. Pass targets, outside, wide receivers. What type of wide receivers do we want? I want fast. Defensive scheme. I like going with a 3-4 because I love linebackers. Key defensive position are my linebackers. All right. I don't really care what my guy looks like, so we can just... Let's just pick one. Let's go here. Yeah, sure. That guy looks good. His hair, let's give him some red hair. Let's make him a ginger. And he's going to wear a sweater vest. No, random task. I don't think I've ever... No, that's not true. I did in my my City of Champions playthrough. You remember the City of Champions playthrough I did on my channel with Minneapolis? I won it with the Vikings. I think I only won it once, maybe twice in 14 or 15 years, however long that thing took me. But no, I did win it. I did win it with the Vikings. I haven't won it anywhere else, but I won it with the Vikings. Is Illinois ready to go bowling this season? I doubt it. I doubt it, but we will see. You picked back up your Journeyman Draft Day Sports College Football save. You have no idea what you're doing. Journeyman, did you start like with one of the lowest rated teams? Is that what you did? All right, so here we are. And this is kind of where, there's like, where do you begin? There's just so much to look at. If you start, and again, those of you who are here who have, played this game before will likely be able to give me tips and pointers and things like that. So for the Journeyman, you're UNC Charlotte. You have trouble building a good linebacker core, but it's super important. Yeah, I love linebackers. I don't know. I mean, I think they're so critically important, obviously, to defense. So that tends to be my favorite. So, all right, we are ranked 79th in the... Obviously, no games are being played, so that's probably alphabetic at this point. 59 prestige, and our recruiting is 94th, but we haven't recruited anybody yet. So I don't think I'm going to touch much when it comes to like staff and stuff for right now. We've got Burton Bounds as our offensive coordinator, 3.5 star. He's a pro coach. He likes the vertical. And Craig Perez runs a 5-2. So that may be something we need to change down the road, is bringing in coaches that fit more our our coaching style. Real roster files. You know what? I don't know. I don't think there is yet. There wasn't in the initial mod. The initial mod is just logos and team names and the coaching staffs. Like, you can download real coaches. but I don't think they have the player names yet. You love these types of games. You didn't know they existed until I started playing them on GM Games. Yeah, I stopped. I mean, for my whole life. I mean, I'm 46 years old, so I mean, I've been playing, hand-eye coordination sports video games since, the early 90s. NHL 92, NHL 93, the original, those original games. Yeah, all those games, NBA Jam, just going dating myself. But as I've gotten older, I've just gravitated more towards the GM side of things. It just to me, it's just more relaxing. Real rosters are near impossible to compile. Yeah, I would think for football, basketball's. I don't want to say basketball's easy, Chris, but 15-man rosters, 358 teams. I mean, that's a lot, but if somebody really wanted to undertake that, you could. But football, there are 70, 80-man rosters on these teams. So, yeah, that would be, whatever 300 times 80 is, that's what? That's 24,000 names or something like that. It is, Aaron. It is not out of the park baseball. Breeze, it will be later. It is not right now. Right now, it is Draft Day Sports College Football 2023. Let's look at our roster and then figure out what we may need to recruit. And I think I'm going to take notes. For the first time ever, I'm going to take notes. Let me get my pad of paper and stuff here. Figure out what we need. Very hype. Yes, I'm looking forward to this. All right, so we're just going to go position by position real quick. So we got 4 quarterbacks. We're led by Sydney Fairbanks, our redshirt senior. Our quarterback situation is brutal. So we got 2 seniors, 2 juniors. So we need to bring in at least 1 quarterback, probably 2. And that's going to be one of our main recruiting targets, I think. Fairbanks, good arm. He's accurate. He's not very fast, so he's a pocket-style quarterback. It's not really going to fit into our scheme, but this year it might. Next season, it looks like it's going to be Abner, unless we can bring in a freshman. He's got a little bit more speed, so he might fit into that role a little bit better. But yeah, our quarterback position not great. Running back position, we got 3 solid redshirt seniors, and then as my phone beeps, 3 redshirt. Yeah, we need running backs as well. That's not going to be. We need at least 2 running backs. Wow. Rudolph Sexton looks pretty damn good, though. 95 speed, 96 agility. Brian Hayes, Jameer Anderson both look okay, but yeah, chances of either of them playing a ton are slim. Right now, our best underclassman is one of these 2 guys, and they're both pretty awful. Both fairly agile, but neither of them are particularly good. You always ignored QB and pick up one at the transfers. Does it work like the college basketball game does? Random task when you go through recruiting and then at the end of the recruiting cycle you get the transfer window. Does it kind of work like that with a college basketball? Is that how it works? I mean, I guess we'll find out eventually, but yeah, because I don't really know how this works, we're just going to kind of see what happens. We're going to need a fullback, just, not a huge priority. But you will need a fullback. Transfers and recruiting are integrated, I heard. Okay, we will see how that works then. Seniors are easy to ignore. First year is always a mystery. You've never played CF23, but on signing day, transfers were available. They both happen in the same window. Does the game specify who's a transfer and who's a recruit? Because I don't remember seeing that when I was running through this with the Eagles. Guards, yuck. The only good thing I can say about our guard play is that they're young. So, potentially a guard. pass block, run block. John Vandiver, 18-year-old freshman. He's probably our best, well, he is our best blocking guard. So he may start next to Jonathan Fairley. Yeah, they do, but if you think about it, it's off-season stuff. Yeah, it's true. They don't have to sit out a season anymore. I think you're right. Tackles, same deal. It looks like, yeah, I mean, we got a lot of underclassmen tackles, so maybe we look into a tackle, but it's not an uber priority. David Sweat, a really good pass blocker. William Blankenship, our best run blocker. It's kind of like free agency and the draft. Free agency is transfer, draft is the recruiting, same timeline in the offseason. Okay, so the game works similar to college basketball in that you recruit during the season, right? I mean, I saw that during the first few weeks of my Boston College playthrough, was that you recruit every week. And when you get to the off season, there's additional recruiting and additional transfers, as it were. And I guess we'll find out. But so we're set at center. We don't need a center. We have 3 centers, and our best one is a redshirt freshman. Actually, it's Martin Rosales right now. He'll probably start this year and next. You could recruit throughout the year, too. Yeah, okay. Tight ends. I love a good tight end. Casey Stratton, a redshirt junior, 81 hands, 62 speed. He looks pretty good. And we got a couple of decent backups. Robert Kavanaugh, redshirt freshman, so we're set at center. Maybe a tight end. In college football, you used to recruit during the year, and once the Bulls start, it was over until signing. Okay, well then maybe that's what happens here. Maybe that is what happens here as well. Wide receivers. Our top 4 wide receivers are all seniors. That's not great. Matthew Evans, redshirt freshman, 91 speed, 85 hands. He looks like he could be a stud, but we are definitely going to need at least 1 wide receiver, if not 2. You know, they made a few changes to account for the transfer portal. Well, we'll see what happens as we get into it. We will see what happens as we get into it. So it looks like we're going to be looking at skill positions here offensively in terms of recruiting. Quarterback, running back, and wide receiver are kind of our 3 main targets. Cornerbacks, mostly juniors, 93 speed. I mean, they might not be, we don't have any seniors at all, so I don't know that cornerback is going to be a super need for us. If there's one out there that wants to come play for us, maybe. But low tackling. Becker's got good speed. A couple of them have okay hands. Oh, wow. Loud thunder. Winfred Eaton, 92 agility. And it's not great, but because we've got 6 of them, I don't know. We'll see. And then linebackers are the ones that I kind of dig the most. So Joseph McCain, redshirt junior. He looks to be our best, 82 tackling. I like that. Then we have sophomore, freshman. I'm going to put linebackers down just because, like I said, I love to recruit linebackers. So we'll see if we can find ourselves a stud linebacker to go with McCain. But a lot of underclassmen here. We've got a couple of really bad seniors, but freshman, sophomore, freshman, sophomore. So a lot of underclassmen at linebacker. Defensive tackle, we have a crap ton of them. Again, a lot of underclassmen. A senior, Mike Carrera, is our main one. Kyle Austin, 63 tackling, and not very strong. He's a freshman. Linebackers are really hard to come by. Well, hopefully we can figure something out. Defensive tackle. Looks okay, not great, but again, a lot of young players. Defensive end, our top 2. Oh, no, those are our 2 worst. So, redshirt freshman Manuel Villarreal looks to be our best defensive lineman. 84 overall as a redshirt freshman. Like to see that. Actually, looks like we're in pretty good shape as far as starters go. Villarreal and Victor Rodriguez, or put Todd Hawkins out there, a bit stronger. So defensive end looks okay, I think. Free safeties. Junior, senior, freshman, junior. Speed. Paul Dempsey looks pretty good with the 68 hands, so we are going to need a free safety. DJ Carr, yeah, I mean, we got our starters are going to be, well, who is going to be our starter? So Dempsey, not as agile. I think it's got to be Carr, and we'll get to that in a little bit, but Dempsey's got much better hands. And then strong safety, senior, junior. So we will need a strong safety as well, although Jeremy Chapin will just move into that starting role next season. Previous versions, you found it was easier to source defensive ends from cornerbacks. In previous versions, you found it was easier to source defensive ends from cornerbacks and free safety, strong safety than it was to pick up defensive ends. So what do you mean? Turning cornerbacks and free safety, strong safeties into defensive ends rather than drafting defensive ends? Is that what you're saying? Rather than recruit DMs. So you're talking about changing players from cornerback and free safety, strong safety to defensive ends. It seems odd just based on how much, just the weight difference. That's something we'll take a look at, though. Punters probably need a punter just in case somebody gets hurt. But it'll be Stephen Luttrell this year, Brad Wright next year. And we definitely need a kicker, as both of our kickers are seniors. All right. I made a list of what it is we need. What else do we want to look at? Those of you who have played, so Random Task, you've played this game a lot. Does changing the creating schedules by the position, does it really make a huge difference in the big picture? Because, I mean, I'll do it, but there's just obviously a lot of players to change. So does this make a huge difference if you adjust these guys? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So game tape is their intelligence, if I remember correctly. Develop their intelligence, physical training, strength and stamina, athletic training, speed and agility, position drills, relevant skills for their position. All right. So I guess let's create a new schedule for the quarterbacks. Create a schedule for each group. It makes a huge difference. All right. So what do we want to focus on with our quarterbacks? So if we look at our quarterbacks, I think physical training is strength and stamina. Athletic training, so I don't care necessarily as much about that. And anything over 15, right? Is that where it starts to make a difference? If you get closer to 25, you run the risk of injuries. The AA is running with a total of 20 points, which will largely avoid negative effects. Okay. Do not go below a 5 in anything. Okay. So then I think we go game tape and positional drills for the quarterbacks. That sound about right? So that'll improve all of the skills that fall within a quarterback's world, and then game tape will improve their intelligence. It doesn't help with the speed or stamina, but I think this will sort of help with everything, and then the game tape helps with their intelligence. They will drop if you go below 5. Okay. So quarterback. All right. So let's create a new one for the running backs. And for our running backs, we will go athletic. Do I want to just put them both into athletic training? Work on speed and agility? Because that was something most of our running backs lacked, except for Sexton, was that speed. And agility actually looks okay for most of these guys. So maybe we go athletic. Hold on, you got to take the dog out. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going. And then you can come back and tell me what I did wrong. So, athletic training and let's do athletic and physical. If anybody else has any suggestions, let me know. Again, a lot of this is similar to the pro game, so this stuff is all pretty similar. But fullbacks, we'll create a schedule for them, and we will go. We're gonna go just physical training, strength and stamina for our fullbacks. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. Because I would like my fullbacks to, like, I want them to be pass-catching fullbacks. Strength, 66, 68. Endurance, 57. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just leave the fullbacks. I thought this was the random. Yeah, any channel random task is in becomes the random task channel. That's just how it is. All right, so tight ends, pass catching tight ends is what we're looking for here. So I think we go into positional drills and athletic training. That'll improve speed and agility, and then it will improve the positional ratings for the tight ends. That is some severe thunder, man. That's a terrible thunderstorm. All right, wide receivers. What do I want to do? Wide receivers, I think we just go athletic training. Let's work on the speed and the agility for all of our wide receivers. Create new schedule. Just do offensive line. We'll just do the same for all of our offensive linemen, I think. So for our offensive line, physical training, positional drills, I think that makes the most sense, right? O-line, O-line, O-line. Forget how many players most of these colleges have by default. See players like with this, like two players with the same number, kind of thing. Defensive tackles, I think we do the same thing. In fact, I probably should have named that. We're just gonna put the defensive line on the offensive line schedule. Should have just named it OLDL, but that's fine. Nope. Linebackers, I want to focus on, I think, the intelligence and the athletic training to make them smarter and quicker. I think that probably makes the most sense. Kind of that quarterback of the defense, so to speak. Oops, we need to create... wait a second. All right. Create new schedule. Linebackers. There we go. And I think there we're going to go athletic training and game tape. So they improve their speed and their quickness and their intelligence. I think that makes the most sense. A lot of really clicky stuff here early on, right? And then we will go defensive backs. We'll all have the same schedule. So what do we want to put our defensive backs on? I think we want to put our defensive backs on athletic training and positional drills. No reason, I don't think, to split up the cornerbacks from the safeties. And then our kickers. Does it matter? What do we put our kickers on? Positional drills and physical training. Figure maybe if they're stronger, they'll kick the ball further. Who knows? Who knows? In fact, you know what? We're just going to do this. Positional, put both points into the positional training. All right. So we have all of our training done. Do I need to start scouting now? Like, do I need to actually start scouting right this second? So the pipeline that the states that we have decent pipelines: Tennessee, North Dakota, Vermont, and Arkansas. Nothing in Illinois, really. That's interesting. All right, do I need to start recruiting now, though? Is that, like, do I want to go through training camp, or do I want to start recruiting now? I mean, I've got the money. I feel like I should be spending it now, right? So let's look at quarterbacks. And let's look at do we have a way to look at... We don't have a way of looking at the states where we have pipelines, do we? No. Transfers. Oh, nothing there yet. Okay. So let's go to Tennessee, because we have a pipeline with Tennessee. And we need a quarterback. So I wanted to look at... I got a message last time. Maybe I won't get it through training camp, but I got a message last time on my save, on my channel, where my I don't know if it was my athletic director, but he told me, you know, you can expect to recruit players in the top 500, but nobody better than that. Like up to 500 or something. So there's a 4-star recruit in Tennessee right now, which is one of our pipeline states. Oh, I guess there isn't. I don't know what I was looking at. Let's add both of these guys, both 3-star recruits. Quarterback, running back. We need running backs too, so we can add all these guys to the list. All 3-star recruits. And again, this is where I don't know what I'm doing. So if I'm doing something wrong, somebody tell me. Otherwise, I'm going to screw everything up. All right, so quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and then linebacker. Let's take a look at all these guys. You have recommended players on the Tennessee. Oh, okay. All right. So that probably... yeah, there we go. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Yep. So it's telling us to go after the 3-star guys. Recommended players were still a long shot in CF21. What I saw was that in the short time I played on the Let's Play on my channel was that as long as I stayed within my pipeline states, that I was able to get... I didn't sign anybody, but I was able to get some decent interest. I got people hot and warm pretty much right off the bat. So New Mexico and North Dakota. Let's just look at recommended. North Dakota, no quarterbacks. 1 running back, all right. 4-star wide receiver, okay, that'll work. And nothing there. And then New Mexico, no linebackers. No wide receivers. No running backs. And no quarterbacks. All right. So, what am I doing? Oh, that's the state. All right. So these are the players I've targeted so far. Might be beneficial to explore talent. Rich states like Texas, California, and Florida for under-recruited prospects. And that's a great idea, but I don't know, like if we go to Texas, in fact, let's start. I feel like starting in Illinois really is like it doesn't make any sense not to like start in Illinois, right? Like, I mean, that's one of the issues that Illinois has is they're really bad at recruiting within their own state. So we'll recruit some of these guys, or at least add them to our list. Manuel Ware. You could get talent by targeting states that were off the beaten path. So if we look at, like, how do you know, though? Like, I mean, we just have to wait, right? Like, I mean, there's 144 recruits in the state of Texas right now. So I just have to wait, right? And see who maybe has some interest in us, or see who doesn't, because it shows you the number of offers they get. So sim ahead and see if any of the players show any interest, or if they aren't getting any offers, then you go after them. Is that kind of the thought process? Let's start here. All right. So, and this is another thing that I don't know what, like, I have no idea how much to put into any of these people. None. Like, I don't know how, like, what makes a difference. So I'm assuming the amount we dump into recruiting budget. These dollars assigned to recruiting efforts, they represent resources allocated to convince them to sign with your program. The more recruiting dollars you assign, the more aggressively your recruiters will pursue a player. You should make sure you have spent all of your money for every sim so as not to waste resources. The game will carry over assigned dollars, so you do not get new dollars after each sim, but are free to allocate dollars to other recruits. If a player signs with another team, you will get back dollars allocated back to him. So it's telling us, find the guys you want from scouting and recruit the max. These are the dollars you allocate. So you scout first. So scout first and then recruit? Is that the plan? Is that what you're saying? Dollars you allocate in order to gauge the ratings of personnel. You have a fixed amount of scouting dollars each week representing the resources you have available to travel the country. After each sim, you get all the scouting dollars back and can allocate them. When you spent a total of $20,000, you will receive on a player. He is fully scouted. You receive an email with additional information. If at a later point you want to get the email again, you can force a resend. This counts 1,000 scouting dollars. All right. So is that what you're saying, random tasks? So scout first and then recruit? Is that sort of the way I want to look at this? So we need quarterbacks. But again, I don't know how you have to scout and recruit at the same time. But as a highly ranked guy who has any whose scouting report has any red flags. All right. So we know what positions we need. We need quarterback. We need wide receiver, and we need running back. Like, those are the three big ones. So what happens if I do this? Does it just automatically put it in there, or do I have to? Is this worth it? Is it worth it to delegate it, or are you better off investing? Because this is really clicky. Like, got $199,000 to spend. Like, I mean, that feels really, really clicky here. So if we just put like a little bit into everybody, is that the right way to do it? Just to kind of get an idea on some of these guys? And then if we have any red flags or any players with without any interest, we can take that money back from them and kind of dump that money in elsewhere. Is that sort of the plan? Yeah, that's really grindy, but that's okay. That's all right. Just dump a whole bunch of money into some of these guys and see what we see. What were some of the other positions that we saw that we needed? Linebacker, guards. I wish there was a way to filter, but you can control and click to go up by 5 or so. Oh, you can. Control click. Oh, look at that. Let's start with this. I like that. That's good. That makes this a hell of a lot easier. All right, and then scouting reports on the quarterbacks, because that's like our most important right now. Six, 7, 7. All right, and then let's just dump a little bit more into everybody else. Because I wasn't using all of my recruiting in my save on my channel. I didn't know that was a thing. So now I know. All right, so we spent all the money. All right, we spent all of our money. So now we should be able to just sim ahead and see what sort of interest we get on these guys. So let's see what happens. Yeah, let's complete the training camp. All right, we should get some mail. All right, so Thomas Abner, 20-year-old junior's up to an 83 now. Jose Broom got some. Thomas Vigil, he dropped. Looks like we got some decent gains, but let's see what our email says. Thomas Abner got better. Speed, arm, and accuracy. You like to see that. Yep, he's up to an 82, so he's likely our starter next season. He's now up to an 83, 87 intelligence, 82 speed. That really fits kind of the mold. Spread style quarterback, I like that. You should always go all in, because then if you have a guy you're interested in, you get a bonus. If you pull and move on, usually guys farther down the board aren't being recruited, so you aren't losing anything. So if we find somebody that we really want after this first sim, just dump all the money into scouting and recruiting and try to get him, and then as we lose other people, we can take that money and dump it into other players, right? Am I understanding you correctly? I don't think we're going to have... Yeah, okay, so we have to set our red shirts now. Roster management. No, position counts. This is what I wanted. Okay, so we don't need to redshirt anybody, but do we want to? That's the question. Back to roster. I don't think we redshirt anybody. We've got Abner will be our backup if Fairbanks gets hurt. Running back perspective, Jose Broom, we can probably redshirt. I don't think we need 6 running backs on the roster right now. Go hard. I'm saying go hard before you commit, so I'd have all my top guys at 10K recruiting. All right, well, we'll see what happens when we get this first return. Oh, I forgot about the outreach hours. Thank you. And I forgot about that. Let's do that too. So outreach. So we want to... Quarterback is our biggest need. So Christopher Nadeau. We don't have any information on him yet, of course, but... home visits unlock additional information, gives you a free interview. Recruiting bonuses. Home visits. 5 outreach hours. Let's interview Nadeau, Christopher Nadeau. Let's interview him. Oh, okay, so it actually costs scouting. Okay, these all cows. Okay, so the interview takes scouting dollars. So we'll interview him next time. All right. Home visit. Wait, was it the home visit? Yeah, home visits unlock additional information. So we'll do a home visit. And let's reach out to each one of these guys on the phone. And now let's go back to our roster. Let's go back to our roster and go through red shirts. We were going to redshirt Broom. Oh, we only have 2 fullbacks. We have 6 guards. Anybody we particularly want a red shirt? No, because 3 of our best 4 guards are young guys. Blankenship. No. Michael Lewis. I mean, he probably doesn't play unless somebody gets hurt. Let's redshirt him. Centers, no. Tight ends, we have 4 tight ends. Not going to redshirt any of them. Wide receivers, we have a crap ton of wide receivers. Craig Hardwick, we can probably redshirt since like almost all of our wide receivers are upperclassmen. He will never play. Cornerbacks. No, we'll stick with the 6 linebackers. Again, we have a ton of linebackers. Red shirt Robert Brown, 76 speed, 54 tackling. He needs to work on that tackling, but he's a freshman, so red shirt him. It essentially gives you another year of eligibility, Josh. So a red shirt senior is usually a 5th-year player. Like he's been with the team. He's been with the team for 5 years. He basically doesn't lose a year of eligibility. You just can't play him. So once you've redshirted somebody, once the season starts, you can't pull them off that list. A 20-year-old freshman. Really? He seems kind of dumb. We have 5 freshman defensive tackles. Eric Hubbard, 73. Eric Hubbard is going to get redshirted. Yeah, and an extra year of development too, right, because they can stay for 5 years. Defensive ends. Jamie Davis. Do we redshirt Jamie Davis? 84 strength. I like the idea of redshirting Jamie Davis because he's never going to play. These 2 guys are our starters. Free safeties, and I think these guys will all stay. Yeah. All right. So red shirts have been set. Let's go ahead and move forward. I'm like falling down in my chair here. I'm slouching. All right. So now is I think when we get that email from our recruiting season. We probably won't have a chance to go far inside the top 1,000. Oh, that's good to know. All right. Our team captains are our punter, our one of our running backs, and our strong safety. Outstanding. All right. So now we can take a look and see if any of those players are actually interested in us. Or we can't. We don't have any of that money left. Have any of them... Yeah, okay, so they will show here what their interest is. But it's time to start the season. So I think we need to set our depth charts, right? Yeah. So let's just see what Tony Eason wants to do. So Sidney Fairbanks is our main quarterback with Abner as the backup. Rudolph Sexton is our main running back. And this just shows their overall rating. Oh, good. Okay, it brings it up down here. That's cool. So Sexton, Hayes, and Jameer Anderson are our top 3. Fullback-wise, we have Joseph Jack and Antonio Taylor. It wants Taylor. I don't know. We'll see. You'd consider cutting guys under 75 and rolling the die on signing day. But that doesn't help me during the season, does it? Like, what if I need those guys on my roster during the season? Are you talking when the season ends? Because I can't do anything about it now, right? Like, cutting them now doesn't seem to make any sense. I want Jack as my starting fullback. He's got much better hands. Wide receivers. After the season, yeah, okay. McLeod. Where's Watson? 84 speed, 90 hands. Thomas Massey. Matthew Evans. The redshirt freshman. Okay, right. He's redshirted. I'm not starting him. So it's our top two. McLeod, 92 speed, 88 hands. Massey, 87 speed. Yeah, and then our third wide receiver is going to be Jerry Watson. And then Kerry Lucas. Kerry Lucas. And Carl Chavez. Right? Yeah. Okay. And then tight ends. Usually two-star guys. And that's one of the things I didn't know. Like, how do the ratings, like, compare to their star ratings? So those are things we'll sort of find out here as we move forward. They're usually around low 70s, and getting bottom-tier three-star guys is easy-ish. Worst case, you end up with an identical player. In college basketball, you get a prestige hit. Yeah, if you cut somebody who's under scholarship, you take a prestige hit. Right. Yeah, that's I know that's how it works in the basketball game. Stratton is going to be our top tight end. I like the hands. And Kavanaugh will be our number 2. Pass block. Sweat. David Sweat should be our left tackle because he's the best pass blocker. Protects the quarterback's blind side. Right tackle, Blankenship. Yep, 70 and 82. Guards. I like how it adds this. I don't believe the Pro Football Game had this. Like, I don't think it brought it up like this. Guards, we've got, let's see, it wants Fairley and Joshua Jackson. So 71, 75. So Fairley, I think we go Vandiver. Vandiver looks better. And Joshua Jackson is the backup. And Gresham. Yep, and then our centers are fine. The bottom menu used to be a separate pop-up you had to click. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I didn't remember seeing this. Cornerbacks. Oh, let's save that. Let's go to defense. Start with defensive tackles. Kyle Austin as the best tackle rating. It wants to start Carrera and Villarreal. Well, Villarreal is, yeah. So we're gonna go with a 3-4. So we're gonna have only one defensive tackle starting, and then we're gonna have our 2 defensive tackles. So which defensive you can out recruit the auto start, but the problem is not getting fired before year 4. I shut that option off, so I shouldn't get fired. We'll see how it goes, but I shouldn't get fired. So it wants Mike Carrera as our starting defensive. Strong, not particularly agile, not a particularly good tackler. But I guess he's the best of the bunch. And then it wants Tubbs. No. Kyle Boston, I think. But we're only going to go with a 3-4. So we're just going to have our two best, which are Villarreal and Victor Rodriguez, as our two main linemen, two down linemen, and then linebackers. So McLean is our number 1. Strength, agility. Prather is not strong. Rick Jennings, 65 strength, 76. He's not fast, but he's a good tackler. Jarvis Michaud is a good tackler. His speed is okay. Irwin. I gotta get him out there for the memes, right? His name is Irwin. How did I not notice this before? Irwin. I see that bug is still there where it leaves the image up. All right, so we're going to have McLean as our number 1. Malcolm. I like Malcolm because I like the speed. So Frederick Malcolm. Irwin, because his name is Irwin. And Jim Prather will be our 4th. And then it wants strong safeties as our backups. Interesting. Which I'm not going to do. Rick Jennings. Jarvis Michaud. Hildebrand and... All right. You can out-recruit... Oh, I just read that. You can out... Yeah, I just read that. Never mind. Cornerbacks. Speed, hands. I think Gus Becker is our number 1. Winfred Eaton is our number 2. Nickelback, Andrew Contreras. He's a safety, right? He's a strong safety. It says it right there in front of me. Do we go Jeremy Chapin? Nope, because, well, yeah, we're going to go Contreras because he's a better tackler. And Paul Barber is a free safety. 64 tackling. He's got really good hands. All right, so that works for me. All right. Strategy. How much of this do I want to change? Not a lot. So the higher the number, if I remember correctly, the higher number, more passing. So we are going to be a pass-heavy team. I don't know that I want to be quite that pass-happy. We have a good running back, so let's, on first and short, let's run the ball more. Keep the chains moving. Goal line, end of game winning, end of game losing, that's fine. Blitz weight, 1st and 10. Wow, he wants to blitz a lot. What time we got? 7 o'clock. All right, we'll go for about another half hour, and then we'll switch over to out of the park baseball. So maybe we'll see kind of what the first week holds, and then we'll take a look at recruiting after week 1. All right, I'm fine with this for now. Well, I'm not going to make a ton of adjustments. I know there's a lot of stuff we can do here. So let's take a look. Do we want to change? This is all the stuff we set before. Passing target outside, passing preference balanced, running focus outside, running back roll running. Brian Hayes, backfield by committee, yes. QB tuck and run. Rare with the quarterback we have out there, but oh, that's a good idea. Right now, probably. That's a good idea. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Don't want to have to redo all that. Joseph McCain is going to wear the radio. A line man coverage. Balanced, never, always. So does that mean your top cornerback is always on the top wide receiver for the other team? Yeah, right. I know. I hear you. Does that mean that I think that's what that means? But I think that's what this is, right? Oh, no, this is just making sure we have as many cornerbacks on the field as wide receivers, which I don't think is necessary. No, I actually think it is. I think that is necessary. I'm going to do that. Sorry. Beeping. End game override. Winning. When we're end game override, we're going to run more, and when we're losing, we're going to pass more. That seems fairly obvious. All right. Let's save it again. Get into a bad habit. Do we want to watch the first game, or do I want to just sim it? You guys tell me what to do. So I think we got a game against Connecticut. Do we let the game play, or do I just sim? Anybody have a preference? Matchup. Oh, nothing there. Sim? Okay. So UConn's getting 4 points. Illinois against UConn. Game 1. All right, sim the game. We win 28-19. We score 14 points in the third quarter. You like to see it. Box score. We were down 10-0 in the first quarter. Aaron McLeod catches a touchdown pass. Irwin. I knew that was going to pay off. Irwin with an 8-yard pick six. Jameer Anderson gets a touchdown run. And then Winford Eaton, a 103-yard kick return to put this game away. Fairbanks was not particularly good. 10 of 24, 129 yards, 1 touchdown. Zimmerman threw for 259, 1 touchdown, a couple of picks. Sexton 14 for 64. Hayes 8 for 30. Stratton 3 for 6. McLeod, our wide receiver, ran the ball 3 times for 15 yards. McLeod 4 for 23. Massey, Stratton, and Sexton each had catches. 1 for 50 for Rudolph Sexton. Taggart missed a field goal. Defensively, DJ Carr led us in tackles. Gus Becker and then Villarreal, our defensive end, had a hurry and a knockdown. Irwin, five tackles, a pass defended, an interception, and a touchdown. Frederick Malcolm had a tackle for loss. We had no sacks. The other pick went to Paul Dempsey. Far too many penalties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 penalties for 45, 55, 65, 70 yards. Gave up 329 yards. We only had 267. 138 on the ground, though. We limited them to 34 carries for 70 yards. I'll take that. I will take that. All right. Let's sim the rest of the week. We should get some recruiting information now. Yep, there we go. All right, so inbox. Let's see what we got. We felt lots of good energy when we visited him. So that went well. 15 recruiting points, 5 scouting points, interview completed. I like that. We got Southern Miss in week 2. Fairbanks. I never quite understand what this does, because he wasn't particularly good, but he got an overall grade of an A. Like, I don't know if that, like, I mean, all these guys got, like, Irwin, A+, 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 A. Like, does that help his development? Like, I don't know. Like, I've seen that in the football games, and I just never paid much attention to it because I didn't know what effect it had. Does that affect their development moving forward? All right, we need to go into recruiting and see what we see. There we go. That works. Any of the quarterbacks on here? Christopher Nadeau, is warm to us. Studies hard, has accuracy to throw to open receivers. Has an offer from Iowa State. Values playing time, market size. All right, so random task. What do I do here? What do I do from here? We have interest. He has interest in us. We can give him playing time. So I think we take all these guys because they're not interested in us. And we can redump those into... We need linebackers, so let's spend some money here and here. Spend some more money there. So offer right away. So offer these guys scholarships, like all the ones that I know I want. Like offer them scholarships like right away. Is that what the point? So like just offer. Like I don't know if I want to be offering like it's hard to like. Why would I don't know? I don't know if I want to offer them because I don't know if they're any good. Like that's kind of the thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I want to offer these guys, but we will put more into... We're going to go right after Christopher Nadeau. Yeah, offer and use all your recruiting. Give everyone $10K. We still have a lot more in terms of scouting that we can dump in too. All right, so we still have $5K left. RT is the athletic director. What? Oh, random task. Yeah, he's my athletic director. He's telling me how to recruit players. All right, so we have Jeremy Davidson here. He is the 415th. He's got 200. We want to interview him. We want to visit his home. Number 415 recruit overall. He's got 2 offers. So we have 1 outreach hour left. We will make a phone call. We have $84,000 left in scouting, so we'll put it here. This is a CFC. Yeah, it really is. It truly is. I mean, we need multiple quarterbacks. So let's put more into those guys. We've got a 3-star running back, who's got cool. So let's dump some into him. 3-star wide receiver. We're at none there, so he's not interested. All right, let's... Yeah, it's possible, but your outdated information is better than my no information, right? So that's what we're going to go on right now. So some of these guys are hot. We can offer Paul Gamble a scholarship. That's fine. Put some money in there. Let's put scouting into all these guys. So we still have 5,000 in recruiting. Where do I want to put it? I want to put it into Nadeau. That's my guy. That's the guy we're going after here. Can I not put more than 10K into recruiting? Oh, I guess you can't put more than 10K into recruiting. All right. That's fine, though, because we do need to start looking at other positions. Linebacker. We need a kicker. Let's look up. Let's find ourselves a kicker. No kickers have any interest. Are there any? Okay, so where do we want to look for? So is this where we start looking at people who have no offers, like Donald Scherer out of Jacksonville, Florida? Let's offer him a You need to spend that last 5K. Yeah, spend it on a kicker. We need a kicker. So we'll bring in a kicker. You need to take the highest ranked guys, hit them hard, farm interest, and scout. If the report comes back, pull everything and move on. Your goal is to generate enough interest before the top tier schools go fishing. So even if, so are you talking like 5 and 4-star guys, or just like, because if I look at all the players, these are all players that have interest in us right now. So are you talking even the 5-star and 4-star guys? Like, those are the players I should be going after heavy? And then if they go someplace else, then? Or should I be, because with basketball, like, starting with a 5-star guy makes no sense if you have no chance of getting him. So you start with the realistic numbers, which is kind of this stuff, and then you kind of back off from that. All right. So we'll see how that works. Anyone I want. All right. Well, we'll see what sort of answers we get here. We have 15 scholarships remaining. We need to get some more information on some of these guys. So let's sim. Southern Miss, we are 6.5-point underdogs, and we win 14-9. All right, so a win's a win. We're 2-0. Jameer Anderson with another touchdown run. Thomas Massey. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That seems really unrealistic. 5 for 42. You'd put out all your scholarships. All right, we'll take a look at that next week. It just seems weird to offer scholarships to people that I have no information about. You know what I mean? Like, that seems a little odd to me. Yeah, I don't like that. This was an issue I saw with the pro game. Really unrealistic passing ratings or passing stats, so that I don't like. But we'll see if it continues or if it's just this one game. In college basketball, recruiting happens at the end. In college football, it's rolling. So Hayes, we're too many people carrying the ball here. I don't need 9 different players carrying the football. Massey, 6 catches, 106 yards, 9 for 151 in 2 games. This must have been a 24 punts between the two teams. No, thank you. Victor Rodriguez, 5 tackles, 3 hurries, 4 knockdowns. Becker, 7 passes defended. Winfred Eaton had a good game, 3 passes defended and a forced fumble. Irwin, 5 more tackles. You can decipher which guys are ballers right out of the gate by their performance in camps. Is there anything like that in the football game? You mean like the off-season camps? Noah, is that what you're talking about? Like the Las Vegas summer camp or whatever? Is that kind of thing? There were no camps in previous versions. Is that what you're talking about? All right. So we're 2-0. Lots of good energy. 18 bonus recruiting points for Jeremy Davidson. Christopher Nadeau was excited to attend our 9-14 win against Southern Mississippi. They need to fix this. This is a huge pet peeve of mine. I need to. That just bugs the crap out of me when the lower score is first. Yeah, I don't. There aren't that many of, like, they don't have that many types of camps in college football because football's such a more physical game than basketball is. Yes, I used all my outreach points. So if we go back, I just went heavy into the linebacker that time because I wanted a linebacker. He's still only cool here. Hopes he gets additional offers from bigger teams. Interest cool, report certainty medium. And then we've got Nadeau. Interest is cool, report certainty is high. right, so we have 15 outreach hours. We have $104,000 in scouting. And we've got some hot interest from some 1,000-ish style recruits. Curious how in depth your scouts. Yeah, I don't know. You know, once you get to $20,000 in scouting, they said that you get the maximum, like you get the full scouting report. So I'm almost there with Nadeau. So Perkins has no interest, so I can remove all of the scouting there. That's fine. How in depth my staff? I don't know. We'll see once we get up to $20,000 with Nadeau. Intelligence, accuracy, strength, agility. C- speed isn't great. I don't have any idea how good those ratings are because I don't know what they're in comparison to. I want someone like John Swartz might be a better option because of the speed. So let's take a look at Swartz here. He's warm. So let's go ahead and bump that up to 20. Let's put 5K more into... I can't put more into him. I'm already at 20K recruiting. You'd walk on Nadeau? Swartz seems like with his speed and his agility might be a better fit for my team. So I'm thinking we come back and we talk to Swartz and we go here, 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 and here. Let's go after John Swartz and see what we can get from him. That speed and that agility, with him being a with us wanting to put more of an emphasis on a spread style. So you think we should remove everything from Nadeau. All right. Oops, wrong way. All right, so we have 20K to spend in recruiting. And let's see, where else can we need wide receivers. Can't spend any more there. Let's put some into him. Gamble, hands, strengths, speed is a C. I don't like that. Davion Kramer, speed C-. I don't like that. Brendan Tuck, speed B. Yeah. Tuck will offer him. Let's put some money in there. And I have 1 outreach hour left. Let's just dump it in there. Pull the scholarship on Nadeau and mark him as hidden. Okay. Scholarship pulled. Mark him as hidden. All right. And I suppose I could do the same with these guys too, since they're all listed at 0. Or should I go back into them and offer them more, even though they weren't interested when I mean, can I do this? Put more money back into them, or is it even worth it? Like, is that even worth it to just offer these guys all scholarships? I guess it couldn't hurt. Worst case scenario, they tell me they're not interested. So we have 60K in scouting. Let's scout. Let's put more into him. Let's get him up to the 20K. Pedro Kendall, B speed. Yep, we're going to do the same thing with him too. Let's get him up to 8 so we get the full 20K there. I want speedy wide receivers. You might be surprised. Taken Pizza, you're never late. You always arrive right when you're supposed to. You're late because stuff. Well, I appreciate you coming in either way. Manuel Ware, I think we already let's go ahead and dump the rest into him. Jesus Sampson, good speed, good strength, good hands, good agility, good strength. Randall Appel. Oh, there we go. Agility A, speed A. I like that. Let's put 20 into him right away. Let's offer him a scholarship. And this is actually going to be the last week before we switch over to out of the park baseball here at Taking Pizza. So if you're coming for draft day sports college football, we're almost done with it, to be honest with you. Austin Rust. I like that. Good hands, good speed, good tackling. Can't put any more into there. Let's offer him a scholarship. We have 10,000 more we can offer. Let's put it into Thacarius Dollar. That's a name. Cool. All right. So we spent our recruiting, we spent our scouting, we spent our outreach budgets. You got a top 100 recruit when it said it should have been topping out of the 250s. He had 20 interests, just went up 1 point a week, and it kept on him. Okay. Well, that's good to know. That is good to know. That is something we will keep doing. So, all right. I don't think there's anything I need to look at in terms of mail. Nope. I'm going to save. I'm going to sim. We're going to look at recruiting, and then we're going to call it a draft day sports stream for the night, and we're going to switch over to Out of the Park Baseball. Chris, how much time do you need? Because I know you want me to shut the stream down for a couple of minutes so you can switch over. What do you need? You said like 5 minutes? Give me time to go get something to drink. So let's sim week 3 here. Illinois against North Texas. We are 3-point favorites on the road, and we win again. So we are 3-0. 5 minutes. Let's chat offline. Okay, that's fine. So we were down 14-0 to start the second quarter. Jamar Anderson with another touchdown run. Kerry Lucas, and then Gus Becker. Okay, so the passing stats evened out a little bit here. Still not great. Fairbanks is still under 50% completion on the year. Really good job running the ball. 175 rushing yards on 38 attempts. Only threw for $168, but that's okay. Becker with a pick. 2 passes defended. Rodriguez and Irwin with sacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 penalties again. Yeah, Taking Pizza, who are you otherwise if you didn't know your username is different? Who are you supposed to be? Who would I know you as? We're 3-0. It's a good start. Lots of good energy when we visited Jeremy Davidson. Oh, wait, that was last week. I got to sim the week. Let's see what we get. Wow, lots of messages. Okay, so Blaze and Olivero went to Tennessee. John Swartz went very well. 18 recruiting points. Manuel Ware. Lots of fully scouted guys. I like that. Really good potential for development. Tuck has amazing potential. John Swartz, very likely to sign with us given we're the only ones who have been recruiting him. Time to not be active. Taking Pizza, who are you? If you're here as a different name, who are you? Well, that's cool. So we got Iowa coming up. We got our first yeah, I guess you're right. All right, let's just quickly look at scouting. I'm going to pause here, but all right. So we can get another scouting report if we click the refresh. It costs us $1,000, but that's fine. We got a lot of hot interest. So that quarterback was John Swartz. Only as an offer from the Illinois Fighting Illini. Average potential, full scouting report, takes care of his teammates. He's competitive, sportsman. I guess the higher the disposition, the better. Values loyalty, high morale, A, athleticism. I like the speed and the agility. And then the other quarterback was Pedro Kendall. B plus speed. Did I not max out Pedro Kendall? I thought I did. We're the only one who's offered him a may as well stay on Swartz. Yeah, I'm going to stay on Swartz. I'm going to stay on Kendall. Try to bring these two guys in. Tuck, they said, was potentially a stud. So we'll stay on him as well. Amazing potential, so that's good to know. We offered these guys. They aren't interested, so we'll back off next time. So that is going to do it here for episode 1, guys, of Draft Day Sports College Football with the Illinois Fighting Illini. When we come back, I'm feeling a little more comfortable with this, so we might do a little bit more digging and see if there's some 4 and 5 star recruits out there that haven't been given any offers, and maybe throw some offers at them. Oh, we got to commit. Look at that. We got Manuel Ware to commit. Awesome. Okay. So we pick up 3-star wide receiver Manuel Ware. Decent hands, decent speed. He's the number 98 wide receiver in the country. Goes to Glenbard North, which is about 15 minutes from my house. Not even 10 minutes from my house. Well, we pick up our first recruit, Manuel Ware. So there we go. The first recruit for us in episode 1. Manuel Ware signs with us after week 3. So that works. We have 22 scholarships remaining. And next time I think we'll dive a little deeper, and we'll take a look at some of the 4 and 5 star guys and see if there's anybody out there that hasn't been given any offers that maybe we can show some interest in. So yeah, you can see down here some of the top guys. I've already got 16 offers. We're going to focus on these guys who have 0 and 1 and see if we can bring them on. So that is going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and end this half of the stream. Guys, go get some coffee, go get some water or something. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to restart the stream in about 5 minutes, and we will fire up Draft to Glory with the Los Angeles Angels. I'll be back in just a minute.